During the winter season, it can be tough to get around our community, especially when you get snow and ice coming into the fold. That's especially the case for those in our senior populations and those with disabilities in Greater West Bloomfield. But that is also a place where our friends at West Bloomfield Parks come into play, providing some special transportation services to help bridge those gaps right here in our community. Here to join us to tell us even more about these transportation services provided by West Bloomfield Parks is their marketing and communications manager, Meagan Tehako. Thank you so much for being with us.
Hi, Tyler. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, glad to have you on to talk about this because it's an important service that is available. We have many different public transportation services people have to choose from in Greater West Bloomfield, whether it is the Western Oakland Transportation Authority or Smart Bus Services. But this is really a specialized service for residents of West Bloomfield in specific populations. Tell us a little bit about these transit services and who they're directly aimed to benefit.
Sure, absolutely. So our community transit program services anyone over the age of 55 that lives in West Bloomfield Township, or anyone that has disabilities. So ages 16 and up, anybody with a disability is eligible to use our services. And we provide transportation to medical appointments, grocery store, hair visits to get your hair done, social activities. So all types of different things that people would need to do within the township.
And it's important, too, because not only are you taking them to some of those ever critical appointments, such as their medical visits or even the visit family, but you're taking them out and about in our community. I'd imagine, especially in the winter months for our senior population and even those with disabilities that may have issues with mobility, that really is important to keep them socialized in our community and knock down some of that isolation.
Absolutely. And, some people might be, even if they are still driving, they might feel intimidated if the roads are a little bit icy or snowy. So how great is it that you can have a nice warm bus come door to door, pick you up, drop you off. And our community transit drivers are so friendly and so passionate about serving this community and serving seniors. We really hope that it's just a great experience for our residents. And especially, in the winter, we do have a lot of seniors that maybe go south for the winter, but there's also a lot of seniors that choose to use our services a lot more, just because they aren't comfortable driving in these conditions.
More information on these senior and disabled transit services can be found on wbparks.org. You can always get updates, too, on their ongoing programs and specialty programs on Facebook at WB Parks. And Meagan, this is a great program. It helps a lot of people in our community, especially during the winter months where there is a little bit more treacherous conditions out on our roads periodically. So if people are interested in these services, they may be helpful to them in West Bloomfield. How do they go about getting those rides secured?
Sure. So we have a transportation coordinator in our office. His name is Ben Burr, and he handles all of our appointments and scheduling. He's also a driver, so he might be the person that picks you up out on the road. But the way to schedule services is you just call us. The number is 248-706-2411, and leave a voicemail on that line if Ben isn't available to answer. He will call you back in the order with which voicemails are received. We book medical appointments out 4 weeks in advance, and then we book any other type of trip. So if you want to go to the grocery store, hair appointment, any type of shopping or social activity, we book those 2 weeks out. So try to book up as soon as you can because the slots do fill up in advance. So we encourage people to call and get on our schedule as soon as they can.
Again, that phone number, 248-706-2411, 248-706-2411. Meagan Tehako is with us, the Marketing and Communications Manager for West Bloomfield Parks, on today's edition of The Splash Live, as we talk about their special transit services that are available for seniors and for those with disabilities in our community. And this has a big benefit to people across the West Bloomfield Township area, but it has an interesting story, too, of how it developed. How did this ultimately come about between, it started as a partnership, I recall, but how did this develop into a full-scale program that's operated year-round?
Yeah, so I'm not even sure how it came to be. It came to be in 1981, so I wasn't even born yet. But we've been offering this service for many, many, many years. So it's always been funded through either federal or local grants. So right now we get funding through SMART. And so it's been a service that we've certainly built up over the years. Last year, we provided more rides than we ever have in the past. We've been able to do that by hiring some additional part-time bus drivers. So right now we're up to 5 part-time drivers, and then we also have Ben, who's a full-time person on our team. But just that addition of some staff has really helped us to accommodate more appointments and expand our hours a little bit.
More information on the transit services provided by West Bloomfield Parks can be found on wbparks.org. You can also get plenty more information on their ongoing programs, special events, and so much more fun happening across Greater West Bloomfield on Facebook at WB Parks. And you mentioned that it's become really an important service for our senior population, for those with disabilities in our community. But what is really the reaction or the response that these residents have when they do take a few of these trips, and it does ultimately bring some of that convenience back into their life that may not be there, especially in our winter season?
Yeah, it's really heartwarming to see some of the responses we get from customers. For some people, it really is their lifeline out of their home. And it's just such an important service that we can offer the community. And it really does help some seniors stay in their homes longer than they would have been able to otherwise. We recently did a survey of our transit customers just to make sure that our customer service is going well. We always try to send surveys following events, programs, all the different things. And we recently did one for our community transit service. And I have one quote that I wanted to read that I thought was really meaningful. This is from a customer's family member. And he said, "I cannot say enough positive words for Ben and his team. Truly grateful and thankful for their thoughtfulness, patience, professionalism, friendship, and compassionate care. They are wonderful people, and our family is so thankful that my father has the whole team in his life." So it was just, we get a lot of comments like that. Our drivers are all retired professionals that do this just like truly out of the goodness of their heart. They enjoy speaking with seniors, hearing their stories, spending time with them. So we are very fortunate that we have a really passionate group of individuals that provide this service to the community.
And that's what it's all about, providing a service that really is helpful for our seniors and those with disabilities in our community. And this is operated year-round, so it doesn't just help them in the winter season when those road conditions can be a little bit difficult. It helps them whenever they need it with a little bit of advance notice and a call over to West Bloomfield Parks. 248-706-2411 is the phone number, 248-706-2411. We'll leave that up there briefly as it is currently at the bottom of your screen on civiccentertv.com. Meagan Tehako is with us from West Bloomfield Parks as we talk about their community transit services. Meagan, anything that we missed in this conversation or more information people should know as maybe they prepare to take advantage of this system here in our community?
Yeah, one other piece that I would just let people know is that while we have, our individual door-to-door pickup for medical appointments, grocery visits, all those types of things, we also have a lot of trips that really offer more of a social component. So we are planning all types of excursions throughout Metro Detroit, and people can sign up and they really get that social interaction. And it really is a mix of people who, can drive themselves here to get on the bus. And then we also do home pickups. So it's a combination of people. It's not just homebound seniors. It's not just seniors that are still able to get out and about. But we have all kinds of trips that we offer each season. And it really is a great way for seniors who maybe just aren't comfortable driving all over Metro Detroit, but they still want to get out and experience life and see things and go places and try new foods and do all of the things. So that program is incredibly popular, and it really is such a nice service. And the only reason that we're able to offer it is through our partnership with Community Transit.
Special programs close to home to keep you close to home. Meagan, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, Tyler.